Relators, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The mask has finally fallen. For years, we're told that foreign military presence in the Sahel was about partnership, stability, and fighting TT activity. But as the sun sets on the colonial empire in Africa, the true face of the hunter is being revealed. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, recently stood before his troops, surrounded by the cold steel of modern weaponry, and delivered a speech that was not about peace, it was about power. The same thing we are fighting for. He spoke of the strength of spirit, of modernization, and of an army that must be feared by its enemies. When he dropped his words in the language of European defense and NATO interoperability, the timing of this rhetoric tells the real story. This display comes at the moment when the alliance of Sahel states, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger has taken the historic step of showing the French military the exit door. Just as the AES is beginning to breathe the air of true sovereignty, France is issuing agent calls for its citizens to flee Mali, conducting massive military exercises like Orano. This is not a coincidence. This is a provocation. Macron stands there praising the success of his military maneuvers, sending what he calls a clear signal to his allies and adversaries. But we ask, who are these adversaries? Are they the tea that have plagued the Sahel for decades under the watchful eye of foreign bases, or is the real adversary an African nation that dares to say no to Elysee Palace? The arrogance is staggering.
To arms, all you brave citizens of the nation, form your powerful battalions now and prepare yourselves for the struggle ahead. Let us march forward together. Let us march with courage in our hearts, achieving 1,501 goals to defend our land. We must stand united to ensure that the blood of our enemies shall soon come to water the parched furrows of our fields, proving our absolute resolve and undying loyalty to the cause of liberty and justice for every single soul at ease. Our presence here today is also in recognition of that. Despite the gravity of these words, of these moments, I want to tell you here the pride that I feel and that is shared by the Minister of the Armed Forces, the Chief of the Defence Staff, the Chief of the Army Staff, and the generals who are with me to be by your side for the conclusion of the exercise. Orion, which stands out as a success and a clear signal sent both to our allies and to our adversaries. 1 year ago to the day, I was already within the army, under the sun of Aubagne, to attend the ceremony commemorating the battles of Cameroon and to present certificates of nationality to 3 legionnaires who had become French citizens. The context has radically changed, but being by your side today is to reaffirm the strength of our army, the spirit of camaraderie, and this sense of unity. And what I saw today is an army that is moving forward, transforming, modernizing, and is here to meet the contemporary challenges that are ours. And that is why this exercise is so important, and you can be proud to have contributed to it. Our army has undergone profound modernization, just like all our armed forces in recent years. I was able to see alongside you the latest equipment you have received, which will continue to be deployed in accordance with successive military programming laws. And the additional funding, which is currently being negotiated, was a necessity. And so the army is moving forward, innovating, adopting these new pieces of equipment, transforming them, innovating itself. I have seen this as well. Next, we have seen the challenge and the necessity for Europeans to take greater responsibility for their own defense, and therefore to strengthen the interoperability that NATO provides, but also to succeed in bringing others together around us, alongside us, other European armies. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our European partners who are here with us, our British and German friends, integrated within the command structure. And I salute our brothers in arms from Spain, Greece, Italy, and Poland, who have also contributed to this exercise. Thank you for being with us this evening. Your presence embodies the strength that Europe is capable of. And indeed, every time in recent months that we have designed important missions for the security of Europeans, we have thought about it. The ability to plan, the ability to ensure command, and the deployment of such operations, and of course, we have considered joint deployments. This is precisely the meaning of the coalition of the willing that we are organizing for security guarantees. In Ukraine, they are under command, Franco-British command. And this exercise, Orion, made it possible to test the robustness of many of these approaches. And it allowed us to reinforce both what was conceived and intended, and I thank you for the command, as well as the ability of Europeans to act together. This exercise demonstrated the credibility that Europeans have to be able to jointly deploy an operation of this scale, and for France to serve as a framework nation in this context. In my view, this sends a very clear message to our Ukrainian partners who are counting on us. In this regard, and to all our European brothers in arms who know they can join such missions and work alongside us, I am here today to tell you to keep fighting, to make France a power respected by its allies and feared by its enemies. Every day, current events show just how much our international environment is becoming more brutal, and we are right to keep adapting to the threat. But the last word I would have, by being at your side today, it is of course that there is ongoing modernization, our military programming laws, and what we will continue to do. Obviously, there is a France at the heart of Europe, with its partners bringing together, consolidating, and building a credible European defence for its own security, the security of its defence partners, and to meet contemporary challenges. But behind all of this, there is our strength of spirit, the women and men who make up our armed forces, and the critical importance of a valuable exercise like the one you have just experienced firsthand is also to strengthen it. And the importance of an exercise like the one that has just been organized is to test the robustness of our ability to withstand challenges in every area, including the civilian sector, including by involving, as you did during this exercise, other ministries. The capability and the capacity we will also have to effectively incorporate and integrate reservists. And we have significantly reinforced and strengthened this process and national service within the span of just a few short weeks' time. But never forget this. It is you who uphold our capacity for engagement, our effectiveness in combat, our ability to withstand. And in the end, victory. No equipment will do it in your place. Our Ukrainian brothers in arms, whom you had the honor of training right here, demonstrate this every day. In February 2022, there were few experts who predicted they would resist. It was through their strength of spirit that they held on. It was through their strength of spirit that they innovated. It was through their strength of spirit that they were able, step by step, to hold their ground. This is an example that must continue to inspire us. There is one thing I know, thanks to the honor I've had for almost 9 years now, to be where I am. It is that this very strength, we possess it, and no one will take it from us. Be proud of that. In any case, I am proud to be at your head, because it is this very strength that matters most in the times we are living through. I'm extremely proud of our army, of our armed forces, of all the brothers in arms gathered here. And I am aware of the revolution in land warfare that is taking place today, of all the transformations you have carried out and those that will continue. I am proud of the exercise you have just conducted, and I thank you for it. But above all, I am proud of the committed French men and women that you are, and of that very strength which will continue to sustain us. Long live the Republic, long live France. Shall we? Let's assemble together. It is the day of glory for our great state, a moment long in the drawing, as the bloody banner is finally raised high against the sky. This banner, soaked in the blood of the brave and raised with solemn pride, stands as a testament to our struggle. Look upon the soldier, who stands fierce and resolute, ready to defend our honor with unwavering courage and strength in the face of the coming storm. They come right into our very own arms, or simply to take away our beloved sons and our precious wives, To arms, all you brave citizens of the nation, form your powerful battalions now and prepare yourselves for the struggle ahead. Let us march forward together. Let us march with courage in our hearts, achieving 1,501 goals to defend our land. We must stand united to ensure that the blood of our enemies shall soon come to water the parched furrows of our fields, proving our absolute resolve and undying loyalty to the cause of liberty and justice for every single soul at ease.
Macron speaks of the pride he feels in an army that is moving forward, yet he ignores the trail of failure left behind in West Africa. He talks about security guarantee for distant lands, while the very regions France claimed to protect were left in chaos. He points to the resistance of others as an inspiration for his own soldiers, yet he fails to see the irony. The strength of the spirit he admires is exactly what is driving the AES today. It is the spirit of the people who have decided that they would rather stand in their own truth than live on their knees for a foreign master. To the leaders in Paris, you speak of making your own power respected and feared. But in the new Africa, the fear is gone. The era where a speech from a European capital could shake the foundations of an African state is over. You can mobilize your tanks and you can increase your military budget. But you cannot buy the loyalty of a continent that has finally woken up. Not now, not ever. General Assimi Goïta, the leader of the Sahel, has already warned us. When the media propaganda fails, they will turn to threats. When the influencers fail, they will rattle their sabers. This military posturing is the last desperate act of a landlord who has been served an eviction notice and refused to live quietly. Africa must stay alert. We must see these exercises for what they are. A psychological warfare intended to intimidate those who seek independence. But the African don't get intimidated because we know our history. And we remember clearly how we fought for them in World War II. If this army was so powerful, why then did they turn to Africa to set them free? We have seen the power of these people for years, and we are now ready to show them the new power of the African. For decades we know they fear the power of the African. They know for over 60 years we have been kept under perpetual fear, so the African can never rise. But we have told them clearly that that time is over. Their rule is over. This is the time for the African to show them the power of the African. So they have to wait for us. And we are not intimidated by what they do because we know who we are. We know what we are made of, and we know the power and the strength of the African. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Europe, in France,